I have to say, I feel slightly uncomfortable saying fat girl, but the reason I did is because, and we've called you that, is because that is the name of your book, and you use this word, fat, and you're very comfortable with it.
I am. You were actually just complimenting my nails, and my nails say fat girl on them. I find myself, like, comforting people. Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child, we were, like, on a panel a couple weeks ago, and they said the title of my book, and she was like, oh no, you're curvy, you're not fat. And I was like, well, but I am fat, but it's okay, because that's how I've chosen to identify myself. And I hopefully want to take the stigma out of the word so that people don't feel uncomfortable saying it.
But it isn't, that word is very rarely used now, even by the medical profession.
Yeah, I know. It's just, for me, I think it's something that growing up, people said my whole life that I was fat, and it was tied into my self-worth, and I didn't feel good about myself. And so I chose early on in my career to kind of take the word back so that I could take the power out of it, and it's helped me a lot through my journey with loving myself.
And you're saying a lot of people kind of calling you that in an abusive way. That included your father, doesn't it?
Yeah. I know, it was quite hard to write about him, and knowing that he would read it, and because I do love him, he is my father, but we haven't had the best relationship, and he did a lot of things that really shaped who I am today, and even though they were hard, I've learned from them, and I've grown from them, and I understand that I wouldn't be who I am today without it.
So, were you large as a child, or when did you start putting on weight?
Yeah, I started gaining weight. In the book, I talk about my mom being shot. So she was shot by her partner in the head twice when I was 10 years old, and she was left for dead. And so I didn't really know how to deal with that. I was 10 years old, and my family was looking after me while my mom was fighting for her life, and learning how to walk and talk again. And I turned to food to kind of cope with my feelings. But also, I had hit puberty around that age, and all of a sudden I was like 11 years old, and I had, like, you know, big breasts and like a big bum, and I felt quite really uncomfortable. No one in my school kind of looked like me, and it was a really hard time.
Did you go through a lot of bullying over
I did, yeah. People were really mean to me in school. I dropped out, actually, when I was 17 from being bullied, because my mom knew that if I continued to go to school, I might not do that well, and so she made the choice to pull me out of school.
So what was the turning point for you then, to actually embrace it?
I think the turning point for me was really starting to model. I mean, no one had ever taken me seriously. I'd always wanted to model, and I thought, you know, why not? Why not give it a shot? Everyone told me I was ridiculous. They said that I would never make it.
You must have had a lot of rejections from model agencies and things, didn't you?
Yeah, well, no, I couldn't even get into a modeling agency. I would send photos and they wouldn't even respond back. Like, no one wanted to give me the time of day. But I'm sitting here now through social media. I started posting saucy selfies, as you said. I started talking about what it was like to be someone my size in an industry where people didn't support fat, plus-size bodies. That photo was taken at my book cover. So yeah, it was. That's how I kind of got here.
Social media. You've got 1.5 million people following you who are inspired by you. What is the message that you're trying to get out there as an influencer to all of those people that watch you?
Really, at the end of the day, we all struggle with some kind of issues with our body. I know, especially now after my second child, my body's changed, and I'm kind of learning how to love my body again, which I talk about in the book. And so I think it's really important for everyone to know that it's something we all deal with, and it's okay to talk about it.
We are super body confidence advocates here, and we love to celebrate different shapes and sizes. But is there ever a part of you that feels, as an influencer to so many people, that there is a health side to be in certain weights and sizes that you might not want to advocate to your followers?
Yeah, I think it's quite unfair for people to think that because I'm existing in this body, that means I'm telling people to be fat and to, like, you know, gain weight and do all of this. What I'm really saying is, this is how I am in my body. I love my body, and you should love your body as you are. And what I've learned through going through this journey of loving my body is that when you love yourself, you take care of yourself in ways that you see fit. Like my mom being partially paralyzed, she would love to go to the gym and do all of that, but unfortunately she can't, and not all of my followers can. So I just advocate to tell people to love themselves and take care of themselves,
Be
and
confident.
Yeah, and not put the pressure on them.
What about your own health test? Do you ever, because we had a report very recently in this country saying it's a myth that you can be very overweight, obese, and be healthy. So do you worry about your weight? You've got young children. Do you worry about your health?
Look, I would not go through having kids and what it does to your body to not be around for them. You know what I mean? I'm very active. I always tell people, like, I challenge anyone to keep up with a day in my life. I know that I'm healthy, but I also think that it's not my job to tell everyone, you know, that I'm healthy or whatever. It's my job just to tell everyone to love themselves, and they'll go on through their own journey, and I feel like we should all be respected regardless.